My biggest concerns heading into Half-Life Alyx were twofold. One, that like far too many other VR games, it wouldn't be a complete game and would instead be a bite-sized experience or a shallow shooting gallery. And two, that it wouldn't feel like Half-Life. It turns out I had no reason to worry on either count. In fact, it doesn't take long for Alyx to begin to show you why it very much appears to be the killer app that VR has been waiting 4 years for. Alyx still very much looks and sounds like Half-Life, but in a proper next-gen way thanks to the new Source 2.0 game engine. Modern dynamic lighting gives each area an appropriately moody vibe. Refilling your health using alien bug juice injected into your body through your gravity gloves at health stations still makes the same beeps and humming sounds.
Ow, ow, ow.
Barnacles still disgustingly empty their contents when you shoot them enough times, and Combine soldiers still have that terrifying radio chatter. But in VR, it's all much more direct. These obstacles and enemies aren't just targets in your crosshairs, they're right in front of you and they're life-size. Head crabs leap at your virtual face, while Combine soldiers are extremely intimidating when standing right in front of you. And instead of a gravity gun, you manipulate objects in the environment with your Russells, the gravity gloves you borrow from a scientist ally of the same name that let you lock onto objects and fling them towards you as if you had an invisible lasso. The pace of Half-Life has been adjusted accordingly for VR. You can move via an instant point and teleport, a full locomotion walk, or the default setting that I used, an in-between quick zip that still shows you moving through the environment. No matter your choice, this is a slower paced Half-Life than fans will be used to, but you're not likely to notice it while playing because every area organically begs to be explored. For instance, you'll find weapon ammo and resin modules scattered and often hidden around each location. Resin is used to upgrade your weapons at designated stations, but to unlock those stations in the first place, you'll have to solve simple but interesting 3D spatial puzzles using your multi-tool and both hands. Combat, because of the manual nature of the weapons in VR, is intense. Decidedly more so than in previous Half-Life games, even considering the slower pace. When a clip runs dry, you have to hit a button on your controller to eject it, physically reach over your shoulder to grab a fresh clip from your virtual backpack, and slam it into the chamber. The shotgun is even more analog. You load individual shells into the gun and then flick your wrist upwards to repair the hilt and the barrel. Obviously, having to do this in battle is not ideal, so I saved up my resin until I could afford its autoloader upgrade, which adds a rack to the side of your boomstick that feeds up to 7 shells into the weapon automatically, saving you crucial seconds when the heat is on. The first 4 hours of Half-Life Alyx will evoke a range of emotions. Wonder as you get deeper into City 17. Laughter by way of the zingers Russell slings over your communications headset.
Tell you what, Russell. If I die, I owe you a gun.
You owe me a gun anyway. That wasn't a gift. That's my gun.
Tension in the form of the creepy zenification of a maintenance building and the sounds of a head crab in the ventilation ducts overhead prior to your first encounter with the leaping aliens. Fear thanks to the occasional jump scare. Satisfaction when you solve the 3D spatial puzzles at upgrade or combine security stations, and exhilaration when you pull off an awesome move in combat, such as pulling an explosive fuel canister over to yourself using the gravity gloves, then throwing it into an enemy and using it as a bomb. Player-driven ingenuity, in fact, is a big part of Alyx's appeal. For instance, you might drop a grenade straight down onto enemies from above, or find other ways to use the environment and the full range of motion you have in VR to your advantage. Thus far, though there's certainly a lot more left to see, Half-Life Alyx is every bit the masterpiece its predecessors were, albeit in a new medium we've not seen utilized this spectacularly before. It is the antidote to the open-world, procedurally generated busy work that's become rampant in many other contemporary first-person shooters. Every moment seems to have been painstakingly handcrafted. Every scene serves a purpose. The pacing is more deliberate. In short, Valve wants you to be in City 17, and you'll want to be there too, headcrabs and all. For more on Half-Life Alyx, check out our exclusive 9-minute gameplay video from the subway section of the early campaign, and stay tuned all March long as our IGN First coverage continues.